What is up, players? Welcome back to another episode of my Jerusalem playthrough, where in the previous episode we spent the entire episode stressing about a war that ended up being not too difficult because the French and Spanish basically marched over here and sieged down our ally, whilst we were also able to call in over 100,000 more troops, 127,000 troops now worth of the Commonwealth, and just simply overrunning Spain and his Union of France with sheer numbers. And with that in mind, victory is on the horizon here as we have 50 war score. He's low enthusiasm. We're sieging down multiple forts, and we have taken war score. It's going to be 84% war score to actually piece him out. So around 70. We need about 20 more war score. It's not going to take us too much longer, especially because we're sieging down, occupying many of his stated up territories here. It's not going to take too much longer at all. And I'm really happy and excited to that. And it's going to be, yeah, I mean, I'm still going to look out for PU opportunities. I feel like because of the fact that these guys are all three Habsburg, we do still have some likelihood of PUing them. And unlike Spain and France, who I probably will try to integrate before the end of the game, those nations, we PU them, great, they're dealt with. Truce just came up with the Ottomans. That's a bit of an issue. Dude, how much did it... I still remember the days where we're desperately defending... Do you remember our first war? Desperately defending the Polish? And it seemed bleak and unwinnable? So worth. I genuinely remember thinking, oh my goodness, I need to dishonor this. And I slowly thought, wow, we can win it. But that was worth it, man. And then the next war, the Poles fought a seemingly suicidal war, and it was mostly just as difficult. But we won that as well. And yeah, I thought he was never really... I thought the PU potential was nice, but I thought he would really never pay us back. And I kind of feel wrong. The Commonwealth has certainly helped us against the Ottomans, but this is just the creme of the creme. Okay. I'm going to be doing some general sorting out our composition and so on after this war, and then setting off. We really, considering our diplomacy, guys, I assume these two will be happy under our rule, given some time, maybe not initially. Spain, certainly not initially, but France probably. But we're really not going to have to try too hard in Europe any longer, I would suggest. And we do have the potential to PU Portugal as well, which should be an easy war, unlike this one. But moreover, we don't have a truce with him. And without diplomatic ideas, reduced impact of diplomatic actions. So that... who did I just return from? Misclicked. I was trying to do Portugal. I don't know who I was improving relations with. Was it Austria? I think it was Austria. Yeah, I suspect he pretty much just needs to show sign of weakness, and then our colonial nations and Spain, France will just deal with Portugal. I mean, at any stage, if he shows weak claimage, lack of claimage, airage, you guys get what I'm saying. Boom, PU over Portugal, and it's a lot of territory when you consider his colonial nations that will inherit with one war. So that's really good. There should be hopefully. We'd have to be pretty unlucky that he doesn't... It's possible, though, that he doesn't have a weak claim or anything like that until the end of the game, but it is possible. But hopefully... Yep. There's the Ottomans in a coalition, damn it. there's going to be at least one more personal union before the end of this game. That's what I was trying to say. Well, now, Great Britain just abandoned their progress here. That's quite awkward. But I think we're not being very productive here. So I am going to set off. Oh, you don't have access. He will in a moment. I'm going to set off to do some things that we would be doing, assuming that this war was over. Like going to defend West Africa. What? Why? This fort stops you. So be it. Yeah, so that coalition's nasty. That's really nasty. It is what it is, though. Hopefully these nations are afraid. I am improving Austria. God dang it, it wasn't Austria. Let's improve with GB. Oh no, I hope Warsaw doesn't drop. That's going to be worth a lot of war score. Okay, so we're at 70. And definitely seems close. But I'm kind of stressing about his battles out here and so on, taking war score, because we've sieged down just about literally everything we can do. Of course, we do have the ticking war score as well. There it is. 64. Alright. Let's get rid of that general. Yay! Reduced war exhaustion. Beautiful. Beautiful. So this is another army composition. Nice composition. Let's go get war score where we can. Ragusa is about to pop back. That should give us some more score. Hopefully. But Warsaw's going to fall. I'm sad about that. And he's winning these battles. Damn it. So otherwise, I would actually like to send units back out to Asia. One, two, three, four, five. I want to kind of make sure their composition is good though. I'm beginning to wonder about a diplomat annexation of Russia. That would be pretty sweet. If we don't have anything else going on. Whoa, it's a little bit laggy for me. I don't know why. I'm doing a lot of other things on my PC. That's awkward. Hope the lag goes away because I don't want to stop in between this recording session. If it can be possible, it can be avoided. So I'm wondering, is there any way we can get war score apart from southern Italy? Apparently not. Let's see if we can go ahead and take this, sneak out of here and take this back to Asia, where we can kind of continue the future of this campaign, smashing people. Would be quite awkward if this coalition fired, guys, at this stage, I'm not gonna lie. And we only have access down here in West Africa whilst we actually participated in this war. So try to make use of that. Dude, the Spanish and French are doing such a good job defending themselves. But if everybody just consolidates, it's our numbers that will really do the trick against them. Just the one light ship there. Okay. trying to sneak across over to this fort, which seems to have been achieved. At what cost, though? Yeah, no, it was not achieved. I thought he was afraid of us, but I'm obviously mistaken. Not myself, but my allies. Oh. Rebel faction spawned down here. That wasn't from my territory, was it? I don't think so. Certainly hope not. It would have given me a warning either way, but just from eyeballing it, I don't think so. Ah, there's a modifier there to where that cannot be converted. No wonder these Iraqis. Well, that's okay. They can spawn. I feel like we'll have troops in position to deal with them. Speaking of which, start spreading some of our armies out. It's pretty nice, guys. In the last 2 episodes, we increased our force limit by like 80,000+. We just decided that we're badasses now. Please get across. Uh-oh. Rebels spawning. Haha! Take his cash. Oh, we can take very little. Yeah, so the only person that's going to be unhappy is Great Britain. Wow! Wow, all that time in the making. Wow. Again, throwback way to the beginning of the series, guys, where, you know, to people who are like, you know, always lucky, I always get personal unions or whatever, we chose to take Tristamar dynasty from being a monastic order. And I worked for that. I really, really worked for that. As you could see, it was rough. It was difficult to acquire the correct diplomacy and so on, and then pull off the war. So as you can see, you know, I'm not the most skilled player ever, but there is skill involved, and that's an example of how strong a monastic order can be. We just inherited all of Spain and France, and for the most part, they're happy with us. I mean, needless to say, oh, our ruler's 33 though. Good news is, at the very least, we've got France on lock. But look at that. Beauty, mate. Beauty, mate. If only you could have them transfer trade power like you can subjects nowadays, vassals. That would be good. Which you cannot do. So France has 1,000 ducats in debt. Spain has no debt. Wow. That's amazing. What a wealthy. All his colonies, I guess. And the coalition is beginning to diminish. That's what I want to see, baby. Sweet. Yes! Let's go take these troops out to Asia, guys. Exiled troops made it across. Wow! I feel like that's worth a celebration. That's a huge step closer to conquering the world, but of course, we're not going to try to stop there. We want more and more and more, even personal unions, we want more. Wait, these guys should both have military access given to us. Why would you not be able to make it over there, I wonder? Let's integrate Ragusa. Ah, the Papal State, I see. Okay. This navy is going to help us move our troops around, I guess. Now, if truce being up with the Ottomans, that would be really nice to attack them. So I'm wondering about Great Britain. Can we improve our trust with you, sir? Yep. Yes, we can. He's barely happy with us. That should go away. Yep. Yep. So diplomacy is really strong. Now, I can cancel it if I wish, because we're 2 over right now. I think Hungary is just quite simply not that valuable for us. Nice. Commonwealth and Austria help us out. Bachmanus is no longer valid rival, and we no longer have valid rivals. I mean, this is one thing good about the fact that it's been a struggle this campaign, guys. Usually by this time, I don't have valid rivals. So our power projection is overkilled at over 100, and hopefully it's going to be higher still because of our upcoming war against the Ottomans. And so we have power projection at least, which is a free +1 to each admin point. Usually it would be, getting really low, if not already kind of diminished. So that's cool. Okay, I guess France is happy with us. Let's do Spain, because that's an absolute priority. We have to get Spain happy before our ruler dies. Hoping, of course, that the Autobots leave the coalition. Or the Mamelukes. Mamelukes are just easy free pickings, free clay. Wow. Cool. So, we seem to be doing a little bit better economically. That's good to see. And, let's go ahead and embrace the manufactories, which gives goods produced, so that's going to be a nice boon to our economy. Why did I only... Oh, we lost Holy War because Brunei expanded, I see. Okay. Wow, I'm a little bit disheveled after that war. That was so intense, it really threw me through a loop. But definitely the Ottomans is the guy who I want to go against. Right now the coalitions are quite limiting. I know we have options in West Africa, but they seem to be inside the coalition. So this is a good guy to be fighting. Portugal's got a guarantee, I guess. God dang it, Portugal. Might have to be in war with Portugal. Oh, Hungary's diplomacy is actually weak. Cool. It's not allied to Austria, so I think we might try to expand into Austria. How is our absolutism looking? Right bang on 100. Just in time. So I'm taking up for -10. And we have to be really efficient now at spending our admin points. There is no excuse. We are well and truly the most powerful nation in the world. There is no excuse any longer. No excuse whatsoever. We have to spend these admin points. That's actually going to be the future of this game, really. Spending these points all over the show. Trying to liberate these troops because we can actually walk all the way around now to just about anywhere in our empire. Ah, you left, eh? Okay. That's all we can fight. We can also fight Air, who just spawned from rebels. And Morocco, who's not in the coalition. I didn't even realize that seems like the obvious choice. Let's go. War exhaustion's low and diminishing. Oh man, life is good. A war. A war that is not crazy, hectic, and hard. In fact, a war that is very easy. Life's good. We've taken our 5 admin efficiency. So our admin efficiency is very high right now. Next one's at military admin tech 23. Alright. And the only unrest we have is Iraq. Wow, dude. Wow. I'm quite fascinated. Like, for me as a player, it's been intense these last few years, having the economy not being so strong and having crisis that we had. But the PU right on the later end of that, it's almost too good to be true now. I've gone from like, whoa, this is intense, to this is easy mode. Easy mode. Let's start rooting out some of our corruption. Not too worried about the interest or the inflation at all. Inflation is a non-issue for us. Our inflation is real good. We could get our manpower back up though. Yes, Spain right now is unhappy, but what can you do? That's just how it is. So I would like to, I guess, separate peace air. Are we willing to spend Diplo on that though? I might just go white peace for truce time. So this is the best admin efficiency we've had in a long time, guys. I'm intrigued to see how much we can take here from Morocco. Oh, full annex? Nice. Sweet. That feels real good. Reputation sabotaged. How rude. Oh, we've got a valid rival. Not for long, I guess. It's probably the Commonwealth. I think it's the Commonwealth. He's the only, yeah, he's ranked 3 in the world, so he's the only other obvious dude. But I'm optimistic. We can get Habsburg queens, as you guys can see, and I'm optimistic that there is a we've got 2 opportunities every time we roll marriage. If we roll marriage either of them, that to grab a Habsburg, in Hungary as well, theoretically, but he's about to despise me. Yeah. But we can grab Habsburg queens, and if we can grab Habsburg queens, then basically if either of these guys get a weak claim, we can try to kill off, we can try to put ourselves in regency. It's a bit of a long shot, but we have a queen regent, and then we go in and claim the throne and end the game. End the game. Take the throne. Feels good, man. What the? That. Holy crap. I think I was progressing and I forgot about it. That real faction. Alright, let's add this stuff to the, which I completely forgot about, with everything else going on, to the charter. That one's really valuable. I've got to go siege that back, convert it up, and then, yeah. That center. Is that a center? Oh, rude. No, it's just the... There's a nation there that's now the capital. I see how it is. I don't think anybody has enough influence in these areas anyways, but I hate it when they convert your areas back, which I think might be a non-issue for me right now. Yes, coalition diminishes further and further. Let's see it, because I want to go in against the Ottomans. That's something I'd really like to do. The once great Ottoman Empire, who was so formidable and so frightening. Who is formidable and frightening now, Ottomans? Huh? Huh? That's right, it's me. The Knights, Jerusalem. Do you see this land? This here land? This is my land now. This is my land now. Better recognize. Venice leaves the coalition. Hey, how about Venice? Huh? How about let's go raid him there? That's worth some stuff. A little bit of stuff, a little bit of money. Milan and Venice, let's go raid their faces. Nice, Songhai left. He's an easy nation to crush. Manpower is, in fact, recovering despite suffering attrition fighting this war. It's good to see. So I just want to throw it out there, guys. I don't know if you expected me to take another military idea already. So maybe some people did, but how well did that quantity serve us in that war? It's not bad, in my opinion. Our numbers did all right. A lot of people gave me grief for taking quantity. I was like, well, you know, Budgetmonk is well known for being a noob. But yeah, I was envisioning myself to be more affluent throughout the course of this game. That was the intention. But yeah, I stand by my quantity decision. In another life, if the game was a bit better, we would have been more affluent and our numbers would have helped us out. The fact that we're in so much debt, we had that little fleet going around raiding, which was not very efficient. Speaking of raiding, might have been long enough to where I can raid at least soon. 4 years time. Cool. Yeah, I don't think quantity was the worst decision at all. Offensive is going to be my next decision because I want the siege ability. But offensive probably, you know, if I could go back in time, I would have taken offensive. It gives you force limits anyway, 20 there. And our units would have been stronger and we would have had the siege ability. But, like I said, I was hoping that raiding around the world would make us affluent at an earlier stage to help us pull us out of that kind of economic situation we were in. And I mean, it definitely did, but just, we struggled. We struggled for so long. It was so hard for so long. God dang it, Hungary's still costing us a diplo relation. There we go. It's finally gone. And with that in mind, the fact that it took so long, we struggled for so long, I would have chosen offensive instead, but hindsight's 2020. It is how it is. Quantity did the job. Did enough of a job. Okay, did Ragusa have any troops or anything like that? Stupid, that's a nuisance now? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it at a glance. He had no troops. Get integrated full. We're now under our relations, which is good. And our influence should have just increased on Ragusa just by eliminating him. Or we were demanding his trade anyway, maybe. So no. Relations are getting near to the positive with Spain, which means if my ruler died unnaturally early, it would not be the end of the world. And we've got a really good heir, guys. I want my ruler to die, honestly, speaking of which. Yeah, relations are good with Spain, thank goodness, but we've got 25 relations while being at war, so we have to keep that in mind. But that's always scary if you work hard for a PU. We've been there before. You guys have seen it before. Nobody gives me any damn respect for not saves coming. But I remember, I don't know which game it was. Was it our Roman game? I don't think so. I remember we PU'd Great Britain, and as soon as I PU'd him, my ruler died. And everybody was talking about, your ruler was old. You should have waited while you're at war. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Sorry, guys. And in my head, I was like, as if I should have waited. I would have waited. I already had call for peace. And I would have waited and waited and waited. How? This game's never nice to you. As you can see, it doesn't take that long to improve relations with a subject. But he just died immediately after I pissed out, and I felt bad, man. But I love you guys, for reals. And don't think that I don't. I get how it is. Get rated 67 ducats. That's nice. Yeah, once we read out this corruption power felt debt, I'm going to try build up a really strong navy. It's the one last job we really have to do. Because even like out in Asia, they have quite a strong navy compared to us. Yeah, for real, guys. I'm somebody who... It's weird. Commonwealth has no air. Ah! I can't even get a regency if I wanted to, though. It is what it is. Can't do anything. Cannot do anything. Just hope he dies young. And get a Habsburg on there. One of my biggest personal peeves, guys, when I look at like content creators or whatever, is how they get upset with their own people who watch them, and I'm the same way to an extent. I can imagine myself getting upset with the people who watch me, but like what I'm trying to say is I can relate, but it's something that I would never really want to do. There is something called like an FU moment where you genuinely tell your people who watch you and support you to go F yourself because of like circumstances that has occurred. And that's something that I never want to happen or occur, like ever. Because I'm just a common plebeian, guys. That's all I am. And I'm so grateful even for the opportunity to have like a, well, look at that. Beautiful. Hopefully if we take out West Africa, this area is going to start looking real nice. I'm just so grateful for the opportunity, guys. And I would hate the thought to where it affects me to such an extent that I ever am so snooty because of some guys that I disagree with, some minority or whatever, that I'm like, F you guys to my own fan base, which I've seen a lot of people do. It's quite unattractive. And yeah, there's some people who have been following me in one way or another for years already, and I really appreciate you guys. And don't be afraid to remind me of this moment if you're in a similar position in the future, because I really mean that. And I know not that many people watch this, but that's why I'm having a little bit more of a serious conversation with you guys, because um care about you guys just a little bit more. France is unhappy due to the overextension, but it should not be that big of a deal. Wow. Wow. So that was good. That felt good. Unfortunately, the biggest nuisance right now is the coalition, because I'd really like to start smashing big chunks out of the Ottomans. But we should try, the main thing if I'm going to try to conquer the world is just to take big chunks of land, so I should try to fight wars while I'm coring this stuff up. And at a glance, I feel like Brunei is a good option. However, he could have stronger than navy than us, I am sorry to say. Where's this fall? He's probably right in front of my face, but I don't see him for some reason. Yep. Yep, his navy's probably stronger than us. um... Coalition is actually pretty small. I didn't realize. A lot of people have left. It's mostly... It's still annoying though, eh? Oh, the Commonwealth doesn't want to fight. Okay. Oh, Scandinavia is friendly with us. Cool. Keep an eye on him, just in general. Alright, so Scandinavia is basically breaking into the empire here. That kind of puts off fighting the Ottomans, in my opinion, and in that case. Songhai looks like a reasonably good target, but it will prevent us from coring up some land that we already are. So basically, I might go to war with Portugal, but I would hate to get a truce with him. Oh, he's fighting this war. Maybe he won't back them up. Or this. This is the war. Okay. Songhai. I'll still call Songhai in. Okay, maybe East Africa. I'm not in position to fight them. Are you serious, Portugal? Stop guaranteeing everybody in the bloody world. How rude. This is something I usually like to do in between episodes. There are small nations that we can fight. I see that, but I'd like to take big chunks of land. I guess we could take this guy out in Japan. It's not much. He doesn't have any allies, though. That would give us access into Japan. Why don't we go do that? So be it. These guys can die. Feel my wrath. I am a duder. So I'm interested about this charter. How much trade power do we have if we add this as well? Oh, Oh, leavage? Leavage? Because if the mammals are abandoned, he's the real dream. Okay, Spain's happy while we're at peace. That's good to see. He's got some liberties, I'm not worried about that at all. Nice. Corruption and monthly autonomy change. Let's just root out our corruption more aggressively. We've got some money to spend. I'm transferring my troops up. Oh, I could probably take monarch points. Almost. I'm transferring my troops up, but I'm kind of hoping the coalition just disappears, because I'd much rather just take a big chunk out of the Mamelukes. They're just so free, we could probably fully annex them, actually. Either of these are awkward. Okay. We don't have the money to spend any longer, lol. Hey, the burgers are actually not, like, overwhelmingly influencing everything, I just realized. Wait, what? Why can I not remove this? Because it was an event? Or something? Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to add stuff to the burgers here to improve our trade. I seem to remember removing Constantinople, but I've got it. Good. Oh, dude, and I forgot about my light ships this whole time. I have light ships all the way over on the other side of the world. I think I'll let them be where they are for now, because they are somewhat useful. So this guy appears to have no forts. Oh, what the f- No! It's our tributary state. That is BS! Can somebody fix your game, please? Ugh. It doesn't show you when tributaries, apart from main guarantee, I should have checked it. I'm mad. That is so annoying. Okay, the navy's not that big of a deal. Interesting. We might be alright. Let's repair up. That's so frustrating, dude. Let's just, I guess, try to just get out of this war by sieging down his capital, and just getting out. I need to bloody find another war that we need to fight now. This guy is probably a good option. Yeah, he looks like a good option. Okay. Ah, yuck. I just declared a stupid war for no good reason. I didn't want to fight Japan. I think white peace is fairly easily obtained here, though. Hopefully, if he doesn't just group up. What tick do these guys have? Oh my goodness. They're one tick behind us. Oh, I had another rival option. I should check it. I'm fairly certain it's just the Commonwealth, but still. Don't forget after this war, monk. Okay, can I get a missionary from this, please? Maybe? Maybe? We'll get one soon, even if we don't get it now. We just need to undermine Brunei and then it's over. Okay, how does the... Yep, that's a good war option. Let's fight this war instead. That's the real war that I'm interested in. Ah, that was nasty. Baiting me into a war against Japan. How mean. How rude can you be to me? I'm a good little guy most of the time. And you call me in to a war against Japan. I attacked Japan. And you don't even tell me, game? How rude. Ottomans left. Beauty. Beauty. You're looking like food to me, Mamelukes. Yeah. White piece is almost there. I mean, I could fight this. But I'm content with white piece. We got other stuff to do. I'm not poised and ready to be fighting this right now. Philippines goes into this, so I'm happy to just colonize the Philippines, I guess. The entire thing is tropical. Yes, please hide. Okay, that was awkward. Let's get out of that war. So, Liberty Desire is a bit of an issue, eh? Our reputation is really low because of our overextension. We integrated a nation and we got sabotaged. We got sabotaged upon. That's part of the reason our reputation is bad. I have dramatic improving relations over time with the Spaniards, which is good. That's not that big of a deal. I think before our truce is up with them, maintaining my relations with Spain, that's what I want. I think before our truce is up, we'll be just fine. So the coalition is hanging on, really? The Mamelukes and this guy? Awkward. Maybe I should just declare in the Mamelukes and just fight this guy. We definitely have troops to do both. I might do that next if the Mamelukes have not, you know, sort of pieced out or whatever, or left the coalition. That's what I'm trying to say. That might be our next war. At the moment, just rooting out the corruption to the best of my ability. Yeah, so autonomy change cooldown. That's a shame. That was better than I thought it was. I don't think that's very impressive or good at all. So with our beastly admin efficiency, I think that we can fully annex this guy and take a little bit more, which is exactly what I'll do, of this guy as well. That's what we're going for. And the plan is to spend our admin points efficiently. If that's what we're doing, then I'm happy, especially if we can get our heir on the throne here. So let's roll our general, our ruler as a general, now that our... Let's use his siege ability though. Try to kill him. If we lose stability, not that big of a deal. We can use the Pope to repair back. Speaking of which, why don't we improve relations with him as well? I will try not to get it above 100 though. That's something that I kind of don't do to the best of my ability. Every time I want to go to war at him, I look at him and his relations are too high. It's irritating. So I'll try to kind of fix that up. But he does give us improved papal influence, which is really nice. France helping us out all the way down in Africa, really nice. We can now easily walk down. We don't have to worry about access or anything like that, which is cool. And there we go, the coalition disappears. Could have sworn that this guy, he's guaranteeing okay. Alright, I'm gearing up for that war in the future, so let's pull more stacks around. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that guy Rasids, or whoever he is, was just killing the Mamluks, and now he's allied to him, but it's a guarantee. Typical. Now, obviously I can support loyalists or anything like that, so Liberty Desire is just fine in terms of the Spanish. I'm collecting here because there's just so much wealth. So with the Navy, in the meantime, let's protect trade here in Malacca. Give us a little boost to our economy there. Okay. Greece spawns. But we're nice and stable in Greece, right? I did boost, or what is it? Decrease autonomy in some of these provinces. But it seems mostly stable. Yeah, dude, trade is killing it. We're killing it. That's with a lot of overextension as well. Awesome. Now, this is not affecting our coring progress, so I'm not too worried about those Moroccans right now. Nice. And this war is almost over. Unbalanced research is going to affect our economy nicely, getting rid of that. And we can finally, that's something I want to prioritize, guys. We were supposed to have a strong navy this game, damn it. In another life, we were supposed to have a strong navy. Ah, he is affecting my core progress now. How rude. And I finally want to have a extremely strong navy. I don't feel like there's any need to even defend Europe in terms of navy. Like Spain and their colonial nations in France will do that for us. We should be able to protect trade, whatever, from now on. But we want navies operating around in the rest of the world. Yep, demand their full annexation. And then let's make some occupations out here and take as much as we can. It's perfectly fine in terms of overextension. I might just do this. I don't want to, but... Oh, what? No, don't embargo my rivals. Misclicked. Yeah, can you clean up those rules for me, Spain? Because I can't be bothered. Can you go deal with that for me? Appreciate you. I'll go take these stacks here in a second once we piece out this war. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to get a full annexation, it doesn't look like, but I might as well take the West African charter provinces, and that mostly gives us good access. Because right now, theoretically, I need access through Flanders, which we got automatically this war, but there's no guarantee that he will give us access. Try to close that gap a little bit. So just waiting for these occupations here. And it's really nice to have this kind of admin efficiency, guys. Feels good. Feels really good. Huge, big chunks. No overextension. No 100% overextension. Life's good in the hood, man. That went pretty rapidly there, guys. I suspect in the future we're going to find it that not really many nations are a challenge anymore. We still have to deal with China. And he's a big China dude. A part of me wonders why Ming doesn't colonize more often in this game. But, yeah. For the most part, we're going to rapidly descend into, or ascend into being just a complete and utter badass. That's what I would say. And yeah, you guys probably will be bored or whatever, but I'm gonna enjoy it. A few episodes of just chilling and smashing fools and having no real issues whatsoever because this game was brutal. Brutal. But really nice job at the moment spending our admin points. So is there another valid rival? There is. It's Great Britain. Ah, I might rival Great Britain. Interesting. Either way, I'm going to end the episode there, guys, and I'll consider that in between episodes just to keep our power projection that much higher. We can see it's diminishing already. Hopefully, this war that we're about to fight here against the Ottomans, in the future, I need to wait till the Commonwealth is pieced out just to make my life that much easier, is going to help. Who the can you... Were these their troops? They walked all the way over here? That's annoying. Either way, deal with the stuff next episode. But yeah, I'll definitely consider rivaling GB. It could be a smart choice for sure. But see you next time. Thanks for watching.